Yo, welcome back. We got a banger. No, I'm joking.
It's a banger. I mean, I was watching. It's a problem. Like, I see a video for like a few seconds, and I'm like, let us flex our intellectual knowledge and see if we can like debunk this man.
Ten. No, the thing is, like, how do you deem something as useless,
I don't know.
right?
We'll see. We'll see what he's saying, and then we'll dispute each one of them. But if there's somewhere I might be like, you know what? Facts. I agree. That language sucks.
Sign language. What you doing?
Okay, like I have an uncle's death, bro.
Okay, that's how I'm making sure.
Like I can't even. I can't say. Well, first, I can't say that to his face. Right?
Could we argue that sign language is the most useful language?
It could be. It allows
Like,
you to communicate with a select group of people who just cannot communicate.
but I would say technically everyone uses a little bit of sign language, right?
Yeah,
Like point.
gesturing is normal, but like sign language is exaggerate gesturing to like portray ideas.
Yeah. I heard that sign language is a lot like very freestyle. Like it's not as strict as you might think. But isn't there like two main ones?
I know there's ALS. I don't know much beyond that. I feel like there would be depending on where you're from. Because like my grandma know it, my dad. It's so surprisingly a large amount of my family knows sign language. I'm just the only fucker who doesn't.
I mean, could come in handy. But
Uh,
let's go. Let's start.
All right.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? My legal birth name is Language Simp, and in this video, I'm going to be counting down the top 10 most useless languages to learn in the world. For those of you who don't know, I am a hyper-polyglot giga-chad who is very attractive to every woman and man on the planet. If you're a language learner, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment letting me know what you think of my list. Before I start to count down the most useless languages to learn, I think it's important to state that this video is entirely my own opinion. However, it's also important to keep in mind that I am rarely wrong when it comes to anything language related.
Is he being dead ass or is he taking the piss?
Yo, on God.
I just saw this game I recommended. I was like, you know what? Language. I saw the title. And I was like, I saw like the channel name, and I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But like the pro bass shops hat and the camo paint got me feeling a little bit funny now.
I actually want him to shoot shots at Canada. I want him to be like Canadian French. I just want him to throw that out there.
That'd be pretty good. But I don't.
I'll be like, I like the video
Okay,
right now.
I'll be like, okay, you know what? I don't care about the rest of the video, but you're 100% right.
Oh no. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Now, obviously, I could just make this list really basic by including incredibly rare languages spoken by a handful of people on small islands, or by listing dead languages that nobody speaks anymore, but no. This list is going to include mainstream languages that you have most likely all heard of. No language
Canadian.
is safe here, and
Yo, like I'm saying, from him saying that, I think Canadian French is on it.
All right, let's see.
I
neither are you. Without further ado, let's get right down to business. At the number 10 spot, we have none other than Spanish. Before
Let's go. Okay,
Let's
yo.
go. Okay, no, let's hear his counter.
you get mad at me, ya lo sé, he aprendido español, os juro que estoy tratando de
Damn,
olvidarlo ahora. Now,
damn, this man's like, I'm trying to forget it. I want it gone from my mind.
Oh no.
This man's a maniac.
this is pretty low on the list because it is true that there are tons of people who speak it in many different countries. However, if you learn Portuguese instead, you'll automatically understand Spanish and be able to understand people from Brazil,
Oh
Portugal,
no. No, no,
Mozambique, and Angola. This is because
Interesting hypothesis.
please,
Tech?
not Portuguese, not Brazil.
No, not Brazil. No, no say.
Dude, I haven't heard the name Mozambique since like Call of Duty.
It's a place. People live there.
Yeah, no, but that was a gun. The Mozambique.
Mozambique. You know, the funny thing is, he's right about the fact that Portuguese people can't understand Spanish speakers perfectly fine, but likewise, they can't do the vice versa, though.
Portuguese is basically just Spanish with much less straightforward pronunciation. Spanish sounds a lot clearer, so it's easy for Portuguese speakers to understand Spanish, but not the other way around. Therefore, your time would be better spent skipping Spanish and heading straight for Port. Port is like a spicier, sexier Spanish. Here, I'll give you an example. Oi, bom dia. Bolsonaro é muito, 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 muito gostoso. At the
Okay, yeah, his pronunciation's pretty good though.
I was gonna say though, when he said that, I had like the image, where the dad's pulling the kid, and it's like, oh no, not my son, and he's like pulling him away from like Spanish into like Portuguese.
Not my son shall learn Spanish.
You know the meme I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yeah, that's what like popped up in my head.
I mean, German. That's you could. I disagree. Spanish, obviously, but German. Well, maybe. I don't know. Speckle Deutsch.
number 9 spot, we have the German language. Guys, the war has been over since 1945. We were this close to being forced to learn German, but we won. We can speak American again. But seriously, pretty much every German speaks American now, so there's no good reason to sink your
That is
time into a
true.
language that you won't even need to use. Also, German is a bit too easy for me. It's like studying a language with training wheels. Whoever came up with the language literally went and capitalized all of the nouns in a sentence because they assumed that we couldn't find them ourselves. The grammar was easy enough as it was. I feel like I'm being potty trained by a jack dude named Hans every time I open a German book, and that is unacceptable. At the
I would say that's true, just because like I have a lot of German friends that are also for some reason half Turkish. They don't
Okay,
know Turkish, but they
okay,
all know
okay,
English.
okay. Oh, well, you're hitting on something that people don't need to know about. That's the secret we keep locked up in Europe.
I don't know why. Almost every one of my friends who are German are like half Turkish. I do not know why. It's
I
like, oh
mean,
yeah, my mom's Turkish. Oh yeah,
uh,
my dad's Turkish.
I see. I know why, and I'm not gonna say why.
I know why too. Don't worry, I know why too.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Nah, come on. You can't have his. Trust me. If you have friends from Germany, you know why.
You know, there's a lot of
You
Greek
know why.
people there too, but except they don't hide the fact that they're not Greek.
Mm.
Well, that's another story entirely. How facts was he about the German things? Like, because it's funny. I was listening. You know, the fact that he said American 2 to 3 times with a straight face had me a little bit worried.
German. Nah, you can tell he was trolling.
Yeah, it's trolling, but it's still like it's funny. His trolling is semi like in your like subtle, but at the same time, like his facts are kind of true.
I'm wondering about the Chinese one.
Oh, let's see.
number 8 spot, we have Mandarin Chinese. Now I know what you're all thinking. Mr. Language Simp, are you crazy? Chinese is the most spoken language in the world. We have to learn it. This is a beta mindset, and I'll tell you why. The fact that Chinese is the most spoken language is precisely the reason why it's useless to learn. Approximately 1 billion people speak Mandarin Chinese in the world. Because of this, it won't help you in life. It won't help you find a job because no matter how good you get, there will always be 1 billion better speakers out there to replace you.
Damn
There
you.
are just too many people who speak it, so it's hard to stand out. It's also admittedly quite easy to learn, so maybe it could be a good starter language for a beginner.
He's firing shots. How do you feel?
Uh, do I think Chinese? Chinese. Okay, I think there should be context. Chinese is easy to learn the grammar for because the grammar is the same as English.
Yeah,
But I do not think Chinese is. I don't think any tonal language
is easy.
is easy. Yeah, I would. I don't think I would say Chinese is easy, especially considering like how different the writing system is. It's not like Japanese where you kind of have like an alphabet that just straight up doesn't exist in Chinese, right? You're just straight up learning characters. So
Yeah.
I disagree with it being easy to learn. Maybe he's just talking about speaking, but again, it's a tonal language.
I mean,
It's
half of this is shitpost, half of this is facts, so that's the part that like throws me off.
Yeah, right. Like as someone who knows a little bit like Mandarin, and one thing I would also say about getting the job, I don't think it's about learning Chinese. I think it's about learning Chinese
Being able
in
to
English.
communicate between two different groups.
Yeah, right. Because I always said like the reason I took Chinese is because I was like, oh, if I become a lawyer, I live in Toronto, really big Chinese community here, so it kind of helped me learn Chinese and English, right? Um, because like honestly, as someone who's been to China, I have friends who are like like international students, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're okay at English, right? Holy shit, you go to like mainland China, and you start the English level. I didn't know it could get that low. Like, not even like an offensively. It's crazy. You're
Oh,
like,
I thought
whoa.
I
Like people
thought
always thought who were terrible at English. I'm like, yo, you're fuck. Like I texted friends and I was like, nah, you're a god at English. I'm sorry, you're so good.
I take back everything I said in the past.
Because they'll ask me like, how good do you think my English is, and I'll be like, oh, it's okay. Dude, after going to China, I'm like, okay, now if I'm comparing how they're speaking to how it is in mainland, I'm like, nah, you're good. You're perfect.
You're set.
You're set. Don't change.
I mean, I don't know, because it's like proficiency is a weird thing, man.
The only real reason to learn Chinese is to make a lot of money by memorizing a few phrases and then recording yourself impressing people in Chinatown. At the number 7
I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be.
I don't know.
spot, we have
Actually,
Swedish and Norwegian.
Damn, man, put 2 languages. Double up.
I've lumped them together because they're basically the same language with a different accent. They're both pretty interesting and they
That's
sound
kinda
cool
true.
in their own unique ways, but they are useless when compared to Danish. How could anyone choose Swedish or Norwegian over the most beautiful sounding language on the planet? Danish is how I imagine heaven to sound like. It sounds like angels playing harps on clouds of gumdrops and lollipops.
It's
I
been
couldn't
gassing
do
up Danish people real high.
I was like, do I know anything about the fucking Danes?
No.
What? Like, I don't know anything about, like, what's it? Denmark, yeah. I had to think about it for a sec. What the fuck? I was gonna call it Daneland.
Deutschland. No, I'm just-
No. Who has a different group of Germans? But like,
Yeah, no.
I mean, they got good they got good pastry. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah.
it justice.
True.
But jeg kan godt lide rødgrød med fløde.
It's not sexy, bro. I don't know what you say, bro.
Oh, but imagine.
You want to hear that again? You want to hear that again?
Nah. Just imagine, right? You're setting the mood. You got a Danish girl at your house, right?
Imagine, bro. Imagine you're plowing that. That's what you're gonna hear.
Oh,
Could it be me? And not for the reasons y'all think.
Swedish and Norwegian sound like nails on a chalkboard compared to that.
Are you sure it wasn't the other way around?
If you learn Danish, you'll most likely understand all 3 of them anyway. At the number 6 spot, we have French. Many people claim that French is the most beautiful language in the world, and I
that's the
agree that
biggest
it's
lie I've
quite
ever
nice
heard.
to
I hate French.
Just really, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess growing up learning it, I used to like it. Now I'm like, nah, fuck French.
This man's like, I'm never staying foot in Quebec in my life.
No, don't get me started with those people. That's a whole different reason.
That's good. I was gonna say though, French beautiful. I don't know. Sometimes it sounds like. Sometimes it's hard on the ears. It's weird.
Yeah, I do find it to be quite rough sometimes, but yeah. Go
listen
on.
to. However, learning it would be an absolute waste of time.
Facts.
Most people in France either speak Arabic or American already.
Oof.
And I'm in Iraq, and I speak American, so I have no problems there. Also, we Americans have already stole all of the important words from French, like déjà vu and croissant.
Facts.
So we practically already know how to speak it to begin with. Je sais pas pourquoi je l'ai appris en fait, j'aimerais l'oublier, mais c'est trop difficile, les gars. Admittedly, there are a ton of cool places in Africa where it's spoken, but they usually have a more useful local language there that you could learn instead of French, like Wolof. At the
No, I've never met a Wolof speaker in my damn life. To be fair, then again.
Have you read?
Hmm?
What like African language do you know? Swahili? You know Swahili?
No, I don't know. Technically, Arabic would be an African language,
Oh yeah.
but not for the reasons you think. But it's complicated. Yeah. I mean, like, North Africa. Yeah. I mean, there is some interest. I mean, he's right. Yeah, a lot of North Africans do speak French, and there is a French use there. But like, I like how he didn't say France, which he's giving legit advice and legit things mixed in with just some trolling. So it's like, okay, I like this guy.
the number 5
It's a fake language, so I'll agree with him 100% there.
spot, we have Esperanto, but I'd also like to include every constructed language with this one.
Okay, yeah, I take that.
Esperanto is a made up language invented by a Polish eye doctor in the late 19th century. He wanted to make a global language that could be easily learned by everyone in the world so that we could all communicate with one another. Well, flash forward a few years and the American language has already taken that place. Now, everyone just learns American in order to communicate across borders, so there's really no need for Esperanto. Also, it's really only easy to learn for people who already know European languages, so it kind of becomes a lot less useful for people from countries in Asia, for example. If you chose Esperanto to be the first language you study, I would like to fight you. At
Yeah.
Honestly, imagine, right? All these languages, and the first one you choose to pick is a made up one that no one uses.
That's like when people tell me they learned Klingon or some other shit like that, or like fucking Game of Thrones language. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking clown. Okay, well, that's a bit rude of me, but
I do, I do think it's cool when, like, you know, like those things, like, I guess I don't know, say,
they're
yeah, like
they're cool. They're cool to make. They're cool to fuck around with, to play around. I respect people who have skills and want to use them like that, right?
yeah, like in Mushoku Tensei, they have two separate languages.
Yeah,
Like,
that's sick, right? Making a language for a world, like Lord of the Rings, other things, right?
yeah,
It's cool shit, right? But at the same time, it's like, then there's just like, let me just learn someone else's fucking pet project and not be able to make any use out of it, because learning a language is not easy business. Even if, like, this guy's a polyglot, but he had to put man hours in, obviously.
yep.
Dutch, honestly, you know what? Why not? I agree. No one speaks fucking Dutch in the Netherlands.
I'm still waiting for him to throw up like sign language, but
At
like,
the
let's
number
go.
I think he's just being inclusive at this point by not even saying sign language.
4 spot, we have Dutch. Now, Dutch is a very beautiful language with its many G's that are pronounced like goedemorgen, but unfortunately, there
You could tell that one really fucked up his throat there.
probably won't be many Dutch speakers to talk to in the near future. The Netherlands will probably
Facts. I don't talk to any Dutch people. I can't find them. They don't exist.
Exist. No,
It's like Finland.
oh,
Not a real
Finnish.
place. Not a real
oh
place.
yeah. Yes.
probably be underwater in the next few years due to global warming,
Damn.
since their country has an extremely low elevation. 1/3 of their country is already below sea level, so it's not going to take much for them to sink. If there are no Dutch people, learning how to speak Dutch will be completely useless. However, Dutch people are very intelligent, so I wouldn't be surprised if they learned how to grow gills or something in order to continue life in the ocean. I just don't think humans can speak underwater. At the number
I'm showing this to every Dutch person I see from now on.
You just said that you don't know them.
But I don't know, man. Maybe there's people with hidden Dutch ancestry. Who knows?
3 spot, we have Russian. Ребята, я знаю, что говорю по-русски, но это бесполезно. I predict that Russia will not exist in a few months when Ukraine wins the war for their territory and then pushes into Russia to get their revenge by overthrowing Putin and installing a new government. Ukrainian will most
Damn, this is topical, isn't it?
Period.
Very topical.
Very,
Although,
very-
although people have been making jokes that Russia might not see the end of this decade.
I don't know. But, you know what they say about Putin. I can't say it.
I mean, I'm probably gonna demonetize. I think I'm not gonna say that. Apparently, you can't even bring up a certain German dictator as well. Apparently, that just gets you an instant demonetized.
Oh, we can't be monetized anyway, so it's kind of fair game.
Age restriction.
Oh yeah.
likely be
wouldn't
the
be-
default
Yeah, it's fair.
language of this new country, and Russian will no longer be widely used. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Russian, and that's why I've studied it. It's beautiful, and I think Russian people are amazing, but I just think that it might not last. Pick up a Ukrainian textbook instead. At the number 2 spot, we have English.
Okay, damn. Wait, what? You know what? I agree. I don't like English.
No.
English sounds kind of cool, but there's no reason to learn it since you could learn American instead. English and American are mutually intelligible, so if you learn one, you'll understand the other anyway. American is just so much more sophisticated, and there are many more speakers of it. I don't know much about history, but I'm pretty sure that England stole our language, changed the pronunciation of it a little, and slapped a new name on it. Guys, I understand that American and English are basically the same language, but I think that we deserve the rights to the name because we made it truly popular. The number one most useless language.
Ah, I feel this one.
You feel it?
I feel called out.
You do? I
Yeah.
don't.
All right, let's see his hypothesis.
Language to learn in the world is Japanese. The only, and I mean only reason that anyone ever learns Japanese is to watch anime in its original language. But newsflash, guys, that is exactly why anime dubs exist. Yep, you heard it here first, folks. You do not need to learn Japanese to watch Pokemon. You can find a dubbed version where they speak American or your native language.
This man just said dubs over subs.
Damn. How does it make you feel?
I thought he was gonna bring up a serious point, like, oh, the declining population, the shrinking, all this stuff. But the man went with the troll answer, which, okay, to be fair, if you're learning Japanese just to go watch media, you're pretty cringe. Yeah,
That's pretty stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
that's very impractical. It's not an easy language to learn, so it's like that's a big waste of time.
Dude, if you want to learn an Asian language, just learn Korean. That shit's dirt easy.
I feel like Korean's just something polyglots pick up on the side just for like a flex. It's like, yeah, I can do this.
Nah, dude,
I know
as a
you.
teacher,
I know you told me like it's very easy. The emperor who's like, I want to make this stupid, bro, stupidly easy to learn.
no. My teacher said you could be fluent in like 2 years.
Just with like semi-consistent studying.
Now, like studying, but yeah, you can get fluent.
The writing system apparently is very easy.
Oh yeah, it's super easy.
As someone
Once you
who's
learn once you learn how it works, you're like, oh, this is so easy, right?
very
Like,
intuitive.
there's no trickery, right? It's not like English, right?
It's not like fucking other languages where they're like, yeah, we have systems we have developed, but we don't use them because fuck you.
Yeah, it's like, yo, if you show someone who doesn't know English and you be like, yo, spell baloney, they'll be like, yo, what the fuck?
Baloney.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Spell
trying.
baloney.
Blooney.
No. Look at the spelling of baloney and you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck?
How do?
Bologna and lasagna are spelt similar.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Dude, I'm not joking. I wish I was joking.
How do I spell baloney again?
Okay, I'll send you it. That's the spelling of baloney.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, see, I always, for my whole life, I always said Bologna.
No, that's baloney. That's how you spell baloney.
I was reading how it's spelled.
Yeah, like imagine you're learning a language, right? Imagine you're learning English and you go your whole life and you're like, okay, someone gives you a fucking spelling test, right? But they troll you and they're like, okay, first word, baloney, right? You're like, okay, bologna, okay. Then
Bologna.
they give you nah, and they're like, huh? Right? You just give them all the troll words.
I don't think I'd be that mean, but I feel like life would already throw it. I feel like people would still be offended. Like English speakers would still be offended if you said Bologna. It's like, what are you?
Language and
What are you, stupid?
Bologna?
Bologna. What are you stupid? Are you an idiot? Well, how do you not know this? It's so simple, right? It's baloney. See right there? It's baloney. It's spelt like that.
Yeah.
It's so easy. That's the problem with English speakers is we all like to pretend like our language makes complete sense too.
No, we don't. We know our language.
No. There's some people who have like this fucking chauvinism for English where it's like, oh, English is fucking great, bro.
Oh, no.
I mean, look, you gotta understand, like, some languages have like a 90% chauvinism. English is like 50-50. Either you think English is the shit or you think it's just shit.
That's true.
instead.
Let's see the rest.
Some people like to use subtitles, but that's kind of weird.
Yeah, what? I thought sus, bro. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll allow it.
Who wants to read while they're watching a show? I hope you found this video to be helpful in deciding what language you should learn. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Leave me a comment letting me know what languages you think are useless.
Okay, I think this guy's taking the piss. Considering the fact his next video is saying the Arabic alphabet for 10 hours straight. I think this my man is a madman. Respect though, he is pretty funny though. His joke's very subtle. And he does know these languages apparently, which is interesting.
I mean, that's some people's hobbies, just to learn languages.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a hobby, but like I think we're just talking. He made it a practicality thing though.
oh yeah.
Excuse me. Honestly, you could kind of flip this video around and make it useful, kind of. Just take out a few languages and then just be like, yeah, these are useful.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, right?
Uh,
I One thing I also wonder, dude, people who don't know English, do they ever look at the word K? Like, do they ever look at the letters C and K and wonder what's the point?
I think some people have repeat sounds. Some people have sounds they don't use, right? Like, how do you think like Romance speakers feel? They have the letter H. They don't use it. Like they do use it, but they never say it.
Okay.
English, it's optional whether sounds are used or not, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not a hard rule where we're like, yeah, you can't do that. In other languages, like they have hard like they still got some bullshit. Like I don't know, it depends. Like I feel like there's some systems within every language. Everyone's like, why do we do this? Like why do we not do this?
And you
Uh,
actually know another word that I think some people might get tripped out on? Wednesday.
you mean Woden Day?
I don't know why. Every like when I was a kid, Wednesday was the word that always like tripped me up. I was like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, that
No,
that was a pretty good video. I learned a lot of useless languages. Um,
I
Spanish,
I
Portuguese, Spanish apparently, except in
uh.
Brazil.
I mean, the problem is like you. As soon as you learn Portuguese, you're gonna have to go to Brazil because what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Portugal? Gotta go to Europe? Are you crazy? Well,
um,
why would you do that?
I mean, maybe I'll go to Morocco. They have the Spanish side.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, isn't it like the French and then the Spanish side?
I feel like there's more. It's more French than Spanish. It's for like Spanish.
Uh,
You say Spanish, but you gotta understand. Like it was like Morocco occupied Spain, not the other way around.
okay, yeah.
Uh, which that's a whole other thing. That's a history lesson and a half.
So it's another history.
No, we're not doing that. But that's a good video. If you, I don't know if anyone has any recommendations, but maybe that's down the line. But if you like the video, just like, subscribe, blah blah blah, right? Of course, here with me with my host
Yo,
Dante, and this was Jesse,
where I
and we're signing off.